Alright everyone, welcome back to Blood Rush League Season 3. Now we up for you today. Actually it's morning for me right now, it's 12 AM. But up for you today or tonight is going to be our qualifiers set, so best of one between Oscen and Evori. Sorry, my tongue just got a little bit tied there, but yeah, it's gonna be Unknown Wrecker's Yard, very familiar territory for I think all of us comp players. Unknown is actually one of the more recent killers, but I think more accepted killers in the comp community. But seems like it's gonna be a very nice start for our survivors. You know, just managing to avoid that UVX tag is a huge deal. But suddenly, two survivors out of the blue are gonna get found here on this top side, and I think potentially Avanato takes the tag. But our killer's going very, very ambitious there with that shot, and unfortunately didn't get the bounce tech off correctly. So that's gonna be a free distance for Renato as the chase just continues, and Killer kind of just needs to get the pressure at the moment. But that's a beautiful little bit of UVX to secure a little bit of pressure back for them. But our survivors are all jigging like this. This is beautiful jiggy coming out from them. And although they take a tag here, I think that's not going to be an immediate 2-tap thanks to the UVX cleanse. We might see a lot of gens being done for this first chase, and I feel like that's one of the weird things about Unknown, which I've always like kind of question myself, and I kind of noticed that Unknown, I think when like upon release you're always thinking that like it would be like a 4K potential. I know that my league put it on the B tier, so it was like 4Ks everywhere. But then we put him onto A tier, and then suddenly over the months and so on, you started getting outs like much more frequently against Unknown, and that's gonna be the first gen being completed just before Painless comes in. Really big deal. But if Aces found, that could be a big deal, but I guess not. As Unknown does rotate back to Hook. We don't find anyone, and I guess our first are just sitting gens. Ace, of course, is in a bit of a dangerous spot, being infected and being weakened, but they get it off. There was like a 99% cleanse, so that's fine for them as they take the UVX and the Eruption to the gen. As the second generator pops in the distance, oh my god, that's what I'm saying. Like the Unknown just like feels much misplaced, I think, in the A tier. But then you can't really put him in B tier either, because Unknown has a very impressive chase power sometimes. But that's going to be a beautiful UVX distance management from Killer here as they continue the attempt to tunnel out to Claudette. But Claudette does commit the vault, and they managed to get away from this. A bit of an overshot there. Gonna just buy more time for the UVX to come off, but the late vault is not going to be successful as Claude goes down. But again, that's beautiful gen pressure coming in from our survive side, and I feel like if they don't like throw and give away UVX tags, because that's like the one main way you can get completely run over an Unknown set. If they don't give away these like cross-distance shots for the Unknown, I feel like it's going to be a fairly tough trial to come back from. But there's still 3 gens left, even though a lot of them are pumping away. Still 3 gens left, and that's a beautiful tag. Was that? Is that a beautiful tag? I guess not. There's a beautiful attempt, but I thought, yeah, I mean, when Ace's thing lit up, I thought, oh yes, he got tagged. Anyway, he's gonna get tagged at the jungle gym as Unknown does try and get away from this. Might take the shot here and then go back to Hook. I feel like that's the case, and yeah, that's a pretty big tag coming in for that. Because now if this pull doesn't happen, I feel like they might just be forced to go for a 2-person pull, in which the survivors are pretty far away, so I don't think they can afford to go for this. They might just let Aquata die or trade, which again very much depends on the gens. But I feel like, okay, Avanato is here. No, Avanato did get sniped. I was right. Someone did get sniped in the background. It wasn't Avanato. But Unknown misses that shot. How do you miss that shot? That is so bad for Unknown, because now Aquata just gets away for free. So Avanato gets away for free. They might get reset in the background. They're still up and kicking, you know, and able to do something instead of just falling around on the ground. But this power's gonna get broken as Aquata goes edge map. I feel like this is really the place to go. I think the track pilot was still up, so maybe you could have just run to Shaq, but that is still a really big deal. That flashlight save comes in for my ace out of nowhere. Oh my god, he was waiting in this deep 6 area to get the flashlight save, and now suddenly things are looking, again, very up for Claudette. He's got everything left on the map to play for. Still has Shaq Palace, still has his filler. Maybe they won't be able to make Shaq, but that's still so much time coming in. Ace MVP as our Claude heads towards the Shaq Palace. I don't know if they make it. Unfortunate little interaction there is gonna get them down, but yeah, if they made the Shaq Palace, that would have been very bad for Unknown, obviously, because they would have been able to make the jungle gym and then made it further down the map and stuff. But that is going to be the kill at 2 generators left, and I kind of do have to expect 1 generator to pop soon. That is Venato's gen, actually. They did rotate after that, but surely another one pops soon as this just get kicked. Surely, come on. Jake, we haven't seen him the entire trial, so you should know that he's on the gen, and he started a new one, actually. He's not decided to split away and just decided to work Shaq instead. That's very strange, because I would have assumed that Jake's generator was at least 80% by now. So Renato takes the next chase. Beautiful dodge there. Last second to avoid the UVX, and just buys, again, a little bit more time for our survivors. Maybe to just get a rotation in and just to, you know, get more gens done. As that's the gen which I think Jake was on, which Ace did go more. And what was that 99? What the hell just happened? I think that's a bait maybe coming in, and I don't know why the gens didn't pop sooner, but I guess no, the survivor came in from the background to finish the generator. That's why Renato went to the filler, and that is going to spell potential of just 6 stages, sorry, on Wrecker's Yard, which I think is honestly not even, like, by today's standards, a fairly acceptable performance and fairly average performance for the Unknown sets. Maybe a little bit more, maybe it's a bit on the low end of 6 stages, but this placement is going to pretty much secure the kill onto Renato. And yeah, 6 stages, just very solid result from our survivor side, and I feel like things could have definitely gone wrong, especially when our Renato went in to go for the trade, but then suddenly our Unknown misses the UVX, slightly overshoots it, and that allows the snowball effect to happen, and survivors just get way ahead. So yeah, 6 stages, but very nicely done from Evori. So we have to see how Evori's killer does against Oscen survivors after a short intermission. Alright everyone, welcome back to the second half of our Unknown set. We just did see Oscen get 6 stages on the Unknown, and now we have a voice killer who has much more of a chef special build on the Unknown. Look at that! Oh my lord, how many block generators do you want, my friend? But that is going to be a fairly nice little bit of a start for our survivors. You know, avoiding the UVX does our lava and pops alive as well to make this filler safely, but I feel like our Unknown is playing this really safely and not really going for a lot of UVX shots, which I feel like was completely possible with that really early and fast find of our lava. And that's going to be at least a UVX tag here on Shaq. My lava is, they probably do drop Shaq here. Yeah, that is going to be the rule. But yeah, 6 stages definitely a completely doable result, especially due to that top perk there. I don't personally have a friend called Ed. Like, I don't think I've like known a lot of people called Ed at all. Like, maybe if there was a person called Ed, maybe there was like the actual name and not their Discord name. But Sable is gonna be able to get the UVX off after a beautiful dodge and continue the first chase. And that was a double gen in the background popping. What the hell? Oh my god, that was so fast. As Sable again takes chase, beautiful pathing from them, and suddenly they make it, and the bounce doesn't come through. Sable went wide there, anticipating that our killer would go would shoot to their left, and seems like it just worked out, even though the bounce kind of was misleading there. Oh my lord, that is just gonna again be more time wasted for our survivor side. More gens done. You can hear the gens are really close to being done, and our lava does get caught out here for a 3-on-1. So unfortunate tag there for our survivors. I feel like it could have been avoided, but it's still in a really good position because our lava has pretty much everything here on this top side to play with, and is also not weakened as they do find this squad filler around 2. They're gonna just play it out and play it into the TL wall, and this. All right. Well, that, I think that wasn't the play, but I guess maybe it was a misinput from the survivor keyboard. But that is going to give away the first hook stage of the game, and that's you know, potentially where things could start going a little bit off for survivors, because even though there's no pain res, there is that pick of the thrilling tremors, which is going to get in the buff. Is going to get a buff in the upcoming update, by the way. So I think my brother's gonna use that a lot more. But yeah, 13 Travelers is gonna give this killer information pretty much every time a survivor's picked up, and that might allow them to rotate to the generator. Yeah, you can see both survivors just hopped off the generator, and Unknown is obviously on Jake's as Sable comes in. But yeah, just gonna get chased here. Lose a bit of distance, so could get 2-tapped by the UVX, but no, has this car filler. 3-drops it nicely as Unknown does go for the shot there yet again, but misses. Jake flowing last second in the other direction. Allows him to get the UVX off. And again, things kind of starting to go towards the survivors again. Jake doing another beautiful dodge around this track area to avoid the UVX. Gonna buy more time for Gen to be done. Maybe even see a rotation coming in from Artori to the top side to secure the gens, or the bot side, I should say, because I got my clock mixed up. But we're gonna find someone here. It's gonna be Sable. Just looking at around this high progress gen, but they don't really have that much. They have a 4 lane, which I think they make. So yeah, Unknown does go for UVX now, but still, yeah, it's still a bit rough. They should be able to get the 2-tap here, but that's a nice, good awareness for my Sable. Nice fast fault just to try and deny the UVX shot there, and that's going to be a successful cleanse as the UVX does get shot and applied back onto Sable, and Deadlock's going to be a real savior in this game. Actually, I now notice as the second gen gets done, that blocks this high progress gen. Actually, pretty much every high progress gen in the future, but oh man, it's still looking doable for survivors. Like we're 1/3 of the way there in terms of the win conditions and 6 stages, but Killer still needs to put in the work, still needs to get the downs, still needs to play precisely to get the additional 4 stages on the board. But that's going to be a teleport back to Hook. Nice awareness from the side of the there, but oh my lord, that's a weird finesse roll. No, I haven't seen one, but Drake, I think, does give away M1, but no, they have the Godfiller here. No, they did have it, and that's going to be a nice little drop and break for Drake to get away. So yeah, that's the Deadlock gen getting popped in the background, and suddenly things look a little bit scary, because this gen getting blocked again means that others can be worked really freely as our Sable sits on Hook. We do find out Lava here going in for trade, but interesting trade because the Lava has already been hooked, but I guess less stages, not really a big deal. But yeah, what man, Unknown really needs to try and apply, try and get more like UVX tags and shots in, because running around with M1 as a kill on record yard is not going to be enough, I think, to get the win condition. So give me a panel break, and just gonna return to this area, I guess. Understanding that there's just a good generator set up. Yeah, look at this. I didn't even realize before, but there's this gen at shallow 10. There's also 12, and there's also Shack. And sorry for my comms, I play on the OS comms, but yeah, those are the OS comms. And yeah, deep 12 is just going to be inaccessible. This gen is obviously inaccessible too, since the killer's right next to it. And Shack is, of course, the only playable generator, but that's still locking out pretty much 2.5 generators. Nice UVX prediction shot there, but pretty much blocking out like 2.5 gens. This Shack is like easily pushed off. So and this kill might just happen, and our killer might just opt for like committing any survivor, but that's gonna be the deep 6 gen being done. The background is under goes for a shot. Two people are here. It is gonna be the 2-person save, and unfortunate that wasn't a full unhook from Drake there, but there's still plenty of time for our survivors to, you know, rotate in. And I say was gonna get caught out by the teleport and kind of have to go back to this high progress gen on 10, but they're gonna jiggy away. Oh my god, that's such a huge jiggy, because now they can get away from this top side 3 gen. They don't have that much here. It's only TLs, maybe a filler to work with. They did have the filler too. Oh my god, and this is suddenly, oh my gosh, our killer needs to hit this UVX shot. If they do not, this is going to be so much trouble for them, because that's going to be the tie condition met. But that's a UVX getting hit, and a Sable goes down. So that's going to be 5 stages for our survivors. But the generator gets on the distance. They must have committed like 2 or even all 3 survivors to get it completed. And we might actually see this go to set replay because that's currently 5 stages for a killer. They have to get one more. Actually, wait, 5 stages, 4 stages for a killer. Oh my god. So if Disable dies on hook, that's 5 stages, and if all 3 survivors get out the door, that's gonna be the victory for Oscen. So, oh my gosh, what the hell? What a turn of events, man. I did not expect that at all, but it seems like Evori is going to be the ones in the losing seat here. As they do find out Sable pressuring the door. Very smart play, by the way, pressuring the door, because that means the killer needs to commit. But oh, the other door's actually really close. So we do have like doors at 11 and 2. Yeah, normal. I'll never get those doors, by the way, but yeah, smart play by Sable, and they can pretty much just sit one of the gates. Actually, anyone can really sit the gates if they are also known as Sable or also known as Lava, because they are death hooks and wouldn't give away enough hook stages to take away the win. And yeah, we can see our killer here is committing. Jake tries to get the shot maybe through Shack, but it's not going to be possible, I believe. Maybe you can get a wallbang, but oh my god! Just as I'm saying that, there's a beautiful wallbang coming in to tag the Jake, and yeah, I guess things could still go wrong for survivors because one small misplay here, like another wallbang, but no, Jake did learn from their mistake, not hug the wall that much, but yeah, things could still go wrong for survivors. Like Jake could get sniped here, anything could happen, and that's a nice try, but it's not going to be enough as Jake again tries to head up the map towards this. Sable's here for a body block hit, because they're death hook, you can't really pick and hook them, and so he's also trying to bait aggro as everyone inches towards the door, tries to rotate in. So he's gonna get forced out though. Is a pick gonna happen? Oh my god, I was gonna say, if that pick happens, bro, that would have been one of the worst throws of the century, but okay, it's gonna buy enough time for Jake to get decent the distance, and I think now they can just get out of the trial free. Very good awareness from both of the sides here of the win condition, and that, I think, will secure Oscen the victory. Oh my god, 6 stages versus a 5-stage refresh. That is just insane, bro. Holy shit, there's such close matches, I think, pretty much back to back, that are awesome. So yeah, GG's, and we'll be seeing Oscen go through to our round of 32, so